This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at @BackupBradleyAbove at the top of the screen and everything that we're talking about here today. We're getting ready to do the numbers. Before we do, I wanted to show you guys just to give you some ideas because it can get a little tricky trying to figure out some names that you want to try to find on Unstoppable. This is some of the ones that I have that I'm really excited about. I focused around blogging, and some of it is around travel as well, because I know that those industries aren't trademarked per se, so I thought I could find some things that were pertinent to a bunch of people, and I think it'd give you ideas too. I bought doggyblog.crypto in both spellings, drumsets.crypto for people selling drum sets online. By the way, drumsets.com, shout out to the person to give me the tip on that. Drumsets.com sold for $50,000. Oh, wow. I bought Florida Timeshare.crypto and timeshares.crypto. And then I bought Hollywood Stars blog, because I know people always talk about Hollywood Stars. Somebody's going to want the .crypto at some point, I feel like. I like weed.crypto. I bought that one. And ketoblog.crypto, because I know keto lifestyle is very big around the world. I'm just hoping this gives you ideas. Love ladies, thought about the porn industry. Obviously, is pretty, straight ahead. The cannabis industry is pretty straight ahead, thinking about people there. The other ones I wanted to point out too is worldtravelblog.com and vacationbeachrentals.cryptos. Vacationbeachrentals.crypto and worldtravelblog.crypto. These were all big things to me when I saw them, and I just wanted to share some of those to give you guys some ideas as well. Let's go ahead and do the numbers. Man, we got a lot to talk about today. Let's get right into it. Bitcoin is $11,038.89. Ethereum $358.78. XRP this morning is 25 cents. 0.2552. The market cap is 11.5 billion and rising. And the 24-hour is 4.5% to the north. We like that. And the 24-hour volume, dollar-wise, is sitting at 1.5 billion plus, and the total circulating supply is 45,162,000,000 plus. That is the numbers. Let's go ahead and get into this thing this morning, okay? So is NASDAQ moving some of its operations to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas? Whoa, governor says talks held for the state. So look, just looking at this really quickly, we know NASDAQ exchange talking about moving some of their operations to Texas. Abbott said in a message on Twitter, they want to flee high taxes. I let them know that we just passed a constitutional amendment banning an income tax in Texas. The tweet came after a story in Dallas Morning News reported NASDAQ in discussions with Abbott about potentially relocating the exchange electronic trading systems from New Jersey to Dallas-Fort Worth, citing two sources familiar with the discussions. Also, other trading exchanges could be involved in discussions. This gets more interesting by the day. There are huge crypto mining operations being set up in Texas right now. Excuse me. Knowing that NASDAQ covers tech stocks and they are looking for the tax break, this may happen. We're going to keep an eye on it. Guys, if you haven't seen the new site for the XRP Ledger, it is nice. This site looks tight. And I think, the XRP Ledger is about to get a lot more use than it has previously. And that is going to be because we're going to talk about this. The latest news, which is Ripple enters the lending space with XRP credit lines to fund global payments. RippleNet ODL companies will be able to buy XRP from Ripple on credit. On credit. A Ripple spokesman also said we may decide to build out a more robust offering in the future. Let's go ahead and get into this because we have a diagram to look at as well. And then we're going to talk about some things that are happening across other markets at the same time. This is really laid down really nice here in bullet point, and we're going to take this and diagram this. But we're also going to look at Ashish Burla's comments too, and we have quite a bit to say about it. So Ripple enters the lending with XRP credit lines credit lines to fund global payments. And remember, as we have this discussion, this is global. This isn't domestic. This is for the world. So I want you to think about that. Ripple, the payment startup with a multi-billion-dollar valuation, IPO in the cards, and a complex relationship with the XRP cryptocurrency, is branching out into the lending business. On Friday, the Silicon Valley-based fintech unveiled its line of credit for customers using an on-demand liquidity service, per a company blog post. So, yeah. Now, going through this, let's just walk through this a second here. According to Ripple, the credit line will enable small to medium enterprises, SMEs, to expand their business where they would otherwise face stalled growth, inhibiting their ability to compete with larger companies. Those companies using ODL on RippleNet, a network of payment providers, will be able to buy XRP from Ripple on credit and will be charged a fee on the amount borrowed. The service is designed to facilitate lower-cost financing for cross-border payments compared to the traditional means, and has been trialed by RippleNet customers via the pilot program, the company said. ODL uses XRP as a bridge currency to facilitate cross-border payments. For example, let's see the example here. A Canadian business that needs to pay a supplier in Israel but can't find a foreign exchange dealer willing to exchange loonies for shekels can instead convert the money into and out of XRP quick snap. In that same example, the credit line means that the Canadian firm doesn't have to front the money. It locks in a rate at the time of payment and then repays Ripple when it's convenient, the company says. Ripple holds 6.2 billion XRP, worth about $1.5 billion at current prices. Its stash accounts for 6% of the total XRP supply when counting both the 45 billion in circulation and the 48.6 billion in escrow. The company periodically sells XRP into the market. That's right. Okay. Now let's look really quickly at Ashish's comments, very quickly, and then let's go to the diagram of that example, because I think the visual is very good for everybody. I know it's good for me, and I hope it'll be good for you. So let's go ahead and do this. So Ashish Burla says, customers have told us time and again that access to capital is the biggest barrier to growth. Scaling quickly is a must. If you're an incumbent with a large balance sheet, that's easy. Startups, SMEs, and e-commerce companies unfortunately lack the resources to do the same. He goes on to say, now customers using on-demand liquidity can use a line of credit which provides upfront access to capital through a single credit arrangement, simplifying access to solutions that let you scale, enter new markets, and reach new customers. That's a huge part of this, is to enter new markets and reach new customers. So RippleNet customers use one XRP-based arrangement with flexible repayment that works everywhere ODL is available, regardless of sending destination or local currency, and costs less than traditional providers. Line of credit allows you to scale and accelerate your business performance. Pilot customers are already seeing the results. RippleNet is evolving from bi-directional messaging, settlement, liquidity management to lending is the key behind what only RippleNet can offer. We're providing customers with financial solutions that were once only available through legacy systems, now without the cost and overhead. This is the first of many more to come. Internet of Value onwards. Yeah, shout out to you. Now, let's just go back really quickly here to the example about the credit line means that a Canadian firm that doesn't have to front the money, it locks in a rate. So, okay, you've given me a line of credit for, let's say, $100,000, right? That's great. I only maybe need to pay $25,000 for this payment to this company in Israel right now, but I've got room to grow, baby, right? So let's take a look at this. So here it is. Ripple's got the XRP. They're going to give you a line of credit because you're the Canadian business, a small, medium enterprise that needs some room to grow. And you know what? Ripple's going to be able to give you that line of credit, and they're probably going to be able to avoid the loan origination fees and all of those crazy little things that add up that people don't really think about, that just become cumbersome to borrowing money or getting credit on a loan for money. So then they take that money and they get the money they need after that line of credit, and they go, okay, great, I've got $100,000, and I'm just using an example for numbers, but I only got a $25,000 payment. I can actually get this money, use the XRP line of credit here, go through RippleNet partners of 300 plus at this point that we know of, and then just like that, in a snap, pay out into Israel shekels from the Canadian loonie, using XRP to do that through the ODL network. Israel gets their money. Everybody's happy. And we just keep building on that. But remember what I said. This isn't domestic. This is global. This is about to like 100x, 1000x. I mean, think about this. And Ripple's the one that has the stash, right? Ripple's the one that's got the over 6 billion XRP to play this game with. Don't forget this too. Ripple put out not long ago that they could do what? Buy XRP off the secondary market, just like you and I do. In other words, right off the exchanges if they need to. All right. Now, I think there's massive implications coming from this, to be honest with you. And I think it's going to happen in a very big way when people realize. By the way, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I looked up. SBA loans range between 2 and 9% for business loans. Okay. Commercial mortgage loans, that's right, commercial mortgage loans, because you don't realize this maybe, but a lot of businesses will extend their mortgage loans to get the flexibility they need to be able to continue to do business. Those range between 2 and 13%. You add in these origination fees and all these other little fees and the interest rates itself. Are you telling me Ripple could set the interest rate wherever they need it to be competitive? Pretty remarkable. They're creating a huge market and ecosystem here that really is going to turn into an absolutely new financial system. Hashtag the Internet of Value. There it is. Well, while that is happening, let's take a look at metals, because I've said this before. Look, it's not financial advice, but what do we see in times of crisis? We see metals do well, right? We've seen fintechs do well in times of crisis also, right? We've also seen here of lately, since the birth of cryptocurrencies. So you see, you have these three areas that usually perform pretty well. Well, look at this is happening while all of this is taking place with the collapse of the world and the global shutdown. The U.S. Mint is hiking silver prices and will charge $67 for each 1 ounce uncirculated American Silver Eagle coin in just 5 days, it says. And the current price for contracts right now on silver, I think, are around $24 to $27. What the hell is going on here? Let's keep an eye on the metals, right? I know that this is and I've seen this in a couple different places that we've seen this. So we're going to keep an eye on this, and I certainly am, because like I said, we're getting to a point of convergence, right? We're getting to a point where we're going to see, these markets really intersect in the way that you're going to see digital innovation help speed up the metals market. We've already seen companies, tokenizing gold, where you can use that on the ledgers and blockchains. So that's a part of it. And then the other part of it is that these things correlate. These things at times really are signals to what's happening in the overall economy. So we got to pay attention to that. The other point I wanted to point out too is that link to the private investing company, right? These are carrying blockchain fintech companies. Look at this. Kraken just got a banking license, right? Uphold, which, by the way, what was it? Uphold just had some news, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Does anybody remember what that was? And I can't remember exactly. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, Uphold just launched equity trading as well. Shout out to Uphold, man. Uphold is just like, I don't want to say quietly getting it done, but I mean, they are moving with a sense of purpose. Maybe that's a better way to say it, but shout out to them, and they're available on link 2 as well. So, but just remember, you do have to be an accredited investor with this, with private investing, with the private equity here at link 2. But what I would say is that this is about access. If you are not an accredited investor, make sure you register, download the free app and register with them, because you're going to get access to a great community that has really great access to a lot of really big players in this space, and you will get some exclusive content and material from them while you're growing your portfolio. So make sure to check them out. All right, that's going to do it for me. Look, it's pretty incredible. Ripple's extending lines of credit off their own bags. Is Ripple going to become a bank? Is Ripple already a bank? All I know is this is amazing to watch, because I think this just gets bigger, and it might get bigger faster than any of us even realize. Hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, make sure you share with somebody you know, and I'll catch all of you on the next one.